My lovely Dolly friends, how are you guys doing today? Thanks for tuning in again. I'm Gypsy, and today I wanted to talk about 2021 line of Fashionistas dolls. These guys are heading to stores near us anytime. They might already be on the shelves at your local stores that sell Barbie dolls. And I thought I would give you guys my take on some of these so that we can discuss the evolution of the Fashionistas line. First thing I want to say about these dolls is that I have no idea who the designer is for these dolls. I haven't heard anything so far, but I also haven't been really in depth looking into it either. So if you guys know who the designer is for 2021 Fashionistas Wave, drop that in the comments. I would like to know because I am a doll nerdo like that. And I just like to know these things. Now, from what I saw when I went to the store, I was very intrigued by the packaging because the packaging has changed once again. However, this is probably the best change I've ever seen to the packaging. Instead of the box being see-through with the plastic packaging, it has a vinyl bag as the package, but the bag itself is shaped like the box, and it has a zipper, so you can basically store your dolls inside of the bags and keep them nice and dust-free, which is great. And it just feels more neat when I saw them in the store, the bags. I don't know, something about the bags just really got to me. I really like the packaging. So that was the first thing I noticed about them. But other than that, everything else about them, I detest. I'm not gonna go through each one by one and tell you what I don't like about them because they all have the same problem that I don't like about them. The main issue for me is that the style of the clothing seems really outdated. It just seems very they're trying to bring back a retro style, but I feel like retro works when you mix it with the modern styles that we have going on now and kind of blend the two together. That is fly. But if you're just going from head to toe with a retro look, it's almost like you're trying too hard. One or two dolls in that line, I think that would have been cool, but for the entire line to come with totally retro looking disco era, I don't know, that's what I think of when I see the clothes. I don't know, you guys, I'm an 80s baby, but I grew up in the 90s, and it's not because I didn't grow up in the 80s, because my husband grew up in the 80s and he remembers all of that stuff. But when I look at the clothing from the 80s, that's not an era of retro clothing I'm trying to revisit, okay? There were some cool things that was going on back then that I think hip-hop kind of made it more acceptable and more cool. But just in general, people did not dress that good back then, okay? All the colors that I'm seeing on these dolls are very loud, very just, I don't see how they go together. The print and the wording and the, just everything just is very loud. And gosh, I want to like it, but it just seems I don't know, it just seems crazy looking to me. Maybe it's because they're trying to market it to children more, but still, even if it's for kids, I still don't understand what the appeal of all these flamboyant colors that don't go together right. How does this, I don't understand how this works. Don't get me wrong, I'm not into colorful clothes. I mean, the BMR line, for the most part, individually, I think the clothing pieces were okay. I was a little thrown off by how they were all put together, but separately, they were okay. And you can see back here, Wailani has on this very colorful traditional Korean dress. And somehow, I don't know, just to me, this seems classy looking, even though there's a lot of colors going on here. But something about this line just really throws me off. So many colors in the clothes, you guys. And then the shape of the clothing, it's not very flattering to the shapes of the dolls' bodies. Now, the thing about the Fashionistas dolls, because they have these stiff bodies, you imagine that they're supposed to be meant for, of course, kids play with them, but as adults, I feel like there's this dual functionality of being able to be just displayed in the clothes that they come in. So most of them have bodies that are kind of pre-posed, they are holding a pose already. What is the use of the posing that has been put into the body types and the physiques if we can't see them because they're all wearing curtains for clothes? The girls are wearing these shapeless tops that just, I don't know. I feel like it's supposed to look like a dress, I guess, but I've never seen women walking around in dresses that look like this and considered fashionable. Like, I don't know how this goes together. So I know it's not just me. I'm not a Mattel reacher. I'm never the person that's gonna be like, oh, I love it because Mattel did it. My favorite designer at Mattel is Carlisle Nuera, which I shamelessly broadcast here all the time. And and Carlisle himself knows that, like, he's my favorite designer. However, even with his design, sometimes I'll see things that I'm like, yeah, that could be different. Oh, I would like that if that was different. And I have no problem just saying so, you know? So it doesn't take away from the artistic ability of the designers just because they do things that we're not big fans of. But it's if it throws me off, I'm telling you, it's throwing me off. You feel me? That's what I'm getting with this line. I don't understand what the aesthetic is supposed to be, and like the face sculpt choices that they use for some of the dolls. I don't know. I feel like we got 3 different Millie sculpts in this line. Like, there's an open mouth one, a closed mouth one, and then another one in a wheelchair. Why? Why do we need 3 Millies? Like, that's already been done. Played out. Can we stop with the Millies? Please, we get it. She's Barbie. We get it. We get it. We just need 1. That's it. 1 is enough. Can we please stop? It's just excruciating to look at, you guys. Also, because I am a customizer, every single doll that I'm looking at is a potential head that needs to be rebodied. So I'm thinking about skin tones as well. And the man bun Ken, he looks like a lot of people are going to want him just because he's a guy and he has like an ethnic skin tone. Whose body is he supposed to match? Are they thinking about this stuff when they're like making this? I don't know, but it just throws me off. There's a couple of things that I do like. What I like most about this line right now is the black male with the rooted hair. That's a first. That's different. I would want him for just his head. His outfit is horrendous. And I would get, I think all of the wheelchair dolls are practical because even if you don't like the doll itself, they would all make great body donors for other dolls. So that's the doll I would recommend people probably stock up on or just get more than one of, because if you like the sculpt, you'll keep it on the body she's on, but you probably will also want to back up for potential body donors. They're marketing those at about $20, I think, each, which to me is only worth it because it also comes with a wheelchair, and the wheelchair is a cool prop that you could use for different stuff. But I mean, you don't need 50 wheelchairs in your collection either. So once you get past the initial first like wave of them, I feel like after that I wouldn't really buy more than 2 at regular price for each of the wheelchair ones. I like the black fashionista girl with the yellow hair. I like her hairstyle. I wish they would have used a different head sculpt because I think that this sculpt is starting to get kind of redundant, I guess. There's so many. This is a thing. I love the Embellia head sculpt. I do. However, every single wave of fashionistas so far, I feel like has included at least one of those head sculpts. Grace is basically the same sculpt. It's just a little bit more exaggerated. The features, I think they're a little bit bigger. There's nothing wrong with that sculpt, but I just feel like there are so many other sculpts that are underused grotesquely, like Selma. That's a beautiful sculpt that I wish they would put more on Playline dolls. And even if they did an exaggerated version of Selma, I don't see how she would look bad. Another one that's very underused is this sculpt. She is originally one of the Oklahoma University cheerleaders, but I've also seen this sculpt on some other older dolls, and she's really beautiful. Like this one that I have does not show her teeth because I did the teeth extraction on her, so her mouth has been closed. But even with her teeth showing in her original sculpt, she's really pretty. And I think this one is called, I think this is a Tori sculpt. She's hardly used at all on the modern dolls. And she's really pretty, and a lot of people like this sculpt. All the star dolls, I swear, all the star dolls are really pretty. It doesn't matter which one. All of them have very unique, distinguished face sculpts, and they're so pretty. And did they only use those sculpts for the star dolls? What a waste if they did. Like, I hope that's not true, but I feel like maybe it is because I haven't seen any other dolls with those sculpts except for star dolls anywhere. So you guys tell me if you've seen these sculpts used on other dolls besides those totally underused, and that line is completely discontinued. So when are we gonna get these kinds of sculpts back? I wish they would revive some of these older sculpts that they only used here and there instead of continually giving us the same face sculpts for the fashionistas, just with different hair colors and skin tones. It's getting very redundant. One of the peeves that I'm having with this line, I don't see myself purchasing really any of these, and to be honest, as an adult collector, there's really nothing about the head itself that warrants me buying the doll just for her head sculpt, because again, the sculpts are very redundant, and then there's nothing interesting going on with their faces. A lot of them don't have really like interesting hairstyles or textures. They don't have any cool colors in their hair. They don't have any makeup on. I mean, I know that the simple look has been in for a little while, but just give me something. Like, give me some eyeliner, give me a cool lipstick color. The only thing I see with like difference in the lipstick is the one with the afro, the Kira head sculpt. She's about the only one. She's got blue lipstick, and it's like, well, okay. And the rest of her outfit is just weird looking. So I don't know, like, I really don't know what to make of this line. To me, it doesn't feel like fashionistas. It feels like something else. But I don't associate fashionable with the stuff that I'm seeing these dolls coming with. And ooh, like, I don't know, just the whole thing is boring to me. It's boring. It feels like rushed. It feels like people started to try to like create a concept, and then they got overwhelmed and was just like, whatever, let's just duplicate this for all the dolls. We'll just give it a variation of this, and that's basically what ended up happening. Am I being too hard on them? Like, what do you guys think? I can't bring myself to be one of these reachers who are like, oh, they tried. I can't do that, you guys. I just cannot do it. I have a standard, and I want to not have to deviate from my standard if it's possible to not do that, you know? It's almost like you're kind of being forced to invest in things like Barbie Extra and like the really high-end collector dolls just to have any new Barbies in your collection that's worth talking about for 2021. I understand maybe this is like the COVID season. Like, is that what it is? Like, I don't know. Did all the energy just get sucked out of the artists because they're working from home or something? I don't know what's going on, you guys. What's happening over at Mattel? Somebody tell me, because this, y'all could do better than this. Y'all have done better than this, so this is what I'm expecting. You can't have a standard that's here and then go down here with the newer stuff. That's just not how things work. You gotta start here. If you started here, you gotta be going up. That's me. I'm an upgrader. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make things better and more functional than it was before. How do I get that done? That's always what I'm trying to do. That's what I'm getting out of this. I just feel like there's no upgrade. There's no functionality. It just doesn't make any sense. And then the wheelchair dolls, why? It seems like they put so much work into the wheelchair dolls, because look at her hair. Like, the one with the striped dress, her hair is so pretty. She's got the waves in it. I really love that. I love the hair texture that they gave her. It's long. But, oh, God. Everything else just looks so boring. Everybody looks like, you know what it is? Everybody looks like they're wearing pajamas. That's what this reminds me of. Like a giant slumber party with a retro theme, and everyone just showed up to the slumber party in their pajamas. They don't look like they're wearing clothes that they would go outside in. The only people that look like they're dressed halfway decent are the ones in the wheelchairs. What is going on? And then the black girl with the orange hair, her outfit, I think, is okay. It's all right. It's just like she's got this business type look with like the crazy hair color. Like, the two don't really go together. I ain't worried about that because I will just take all of that stuff apart anyhow. But I mean, damn, give me something to work with, you know? So that's how I feel about it. I feel like it's almost a waste that they took the time to upgrade the packaging. Because the packaging alone makes me feel like, oh, okay, there's hope. But that work that was put into the dolls' designs just seemed very like halfway done to me. Overall, I still love my Barbie dolls. I still love Mattel and their products, but it's just like, bro, like, I really need you to give me something to work with over here. So that's my own personal take on it. You may or may not agree with me on this. Let me know in the comments what y'all think. Have they reached your local stores? In my local area, I only see 2 dolls on the shelf. It's almost like they're at the bottom of a box of new shipments that came in, and they just like threw them anywhere on the shelf because there's no space for them on the shelf yet. That's the progress here, but I'm not really even worried about whether they get them here soon or not, because I don't plan on getting any of them except for maybe like 2, other than the ones that are in the wheelchairs. Barbie Extra, I was so excited for them until I got them and I handled them, and I was like, oh my god, like the quality of these dolls are so not worth the money. I saw one Barbie Extra doll on the shelf at my local Walmart, which was the Asian one, and that was it. That's all I saw. So all the hype, I don't know what the hype was about, but I'm starting to feel like I can't get hyped about upcoming dolls until I see them, until I see the products, because there really is no telling anymore what quality you're gonna get, even if in pictures they look really cool. That's just how I've been feeling about Barbies lately. If you hear me repeating myself in some of the videos, it's because we have a lot of new people that are discovering us, and so I have to give them the same information over and over again, because this video that you're watching right now could be the first video that this new subscriber is watching, and I kind of have to like catch them up. So don't worry about that, you guys. I'm not going senile, and thank you everybody who has patiently waited for us to return after our hiatus during our move and all these changes going on in our lives, and for sticking with us. We really do appreciate you guys so much. And the Broken Dolly family here is developing as we speak, because before it was really just me, and then it shifted to me and Adonis helping me with the channel. Now it has shifted to me, Adonis, and Ginu working side by side to advance the channel and our content for you guys. And then Ginu has been creating merch for us so that we can share with you guys, because I think we've been talking about this for quite some time and people have been asking us for merch, but we just didn't really know how to do it, I guess. So our resident artist Ginu has been helping us out by lending us his talents. This is how we're able to create original designs for y'all. So all of the artwork that you're seeing on the dolls' clothing and graphics that you see in our videos are created by Ginu. He does everything by hand, and he's an amazing artist, you guys, and he basically taught himself how to digitize all of his hand-drawn artwork so that it can be printed. That's what's going on, and you guys are right here in the beginning stages of our development of that. So leave us requests or ideas if you guys have certain images or, you know, phrases or ideas that you want on the merch, so that you can rock them with your dollies. And we are creating a shop for you to get doll clothes also with the graphics on them. So we'll keep you guys updated on all of that. And in the meantime, go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you are subscribed, double check that your notifications are on, because I noticed in my analytics that YouTube does not have notifications turned on for a lot of you guys. So they're not telling you when we put our new videos up. So some of you guys are probably still thinking that we're on hiatus still, or like we're not putting our videos up often enough. But there's at least one video going up every week, so you should be getting notifications for them. If you're not, that means your notifications ain't turned on. So go ahead and do that, and I will talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching. My name is Gypsy, and we'll see you in the next one. Have a dolly day.
I've been too afraid to approach you.